Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. This lecture we're going to cover making our own materials, and it's quite a simple thing to do, but we do need to be aware of a couple of different things. So this is our scene as we left it from the previous video. We've got our materials here, and we've got our metals, gems and ground planes. There's also a few miscellaneous materials. So if I want to create a new material, there's no easy way of doing that. And I should say that at the time of this recording, there is going to be a new MatrixGold update, which will allow you to save your own materials. So hopefully that's going to save a little bit of time here. But in any case, it's really good to get a better understanding of what a material is and how to create it. So I'm going to come to the panels here, and I'm going to come down to materials. And at the moment, this is going to show us all of the materials that we've got in the scene. And if I come over here to the render studio, then we can also see the materials in the scene. So we've got things like platinum, there's a few different diamonds, etc. If I right click on here, then I can change if there's like a list, which might be a bit more helpful. And I can just drag that down so we can see all of those. And you can see that they will correlate with what we're seeing in the MatrixGold interface. So if I want to create a new material, I will hit this plus button, create a new material. And let's say I want to make a metal. Well, I'm just going to scroll down to metal. And the really nice thing about cycles is when you create a type of material, it just sort of hides all of the options which aren't applicable to that material. For example, refraction. Metal isn't refractive, it's opaque, it's not transparent. So there's no options for refractivity. And so there's a few other different things as well that you'd normally see, which we don't have to worry about. So for this one, this is being a metal, and we might call this metal underscore yellow gold. And the thing with metals is they tend to be polished, so I've got a polished option here. Highly polished, I'm just going to drag that all the way to the right. And we've also got this color here. With something like a plastic or wood or anything really, paint, plaster, anything, they tend to have a diffuse color. They're not, even polished plastics have a diffuse color. Metal's different from those other types of materials. Those other types of materials are called dielectric materials. Now, a metal material is different in the fact that it doesn't have any diffuse color. The color that we see from the metal comes from the reflected color. And if you can imagine like a polished plastic, something like that, then the reflection color is going to be white. But with a yellow gold material, the reflection color is actually going to be a yellow color. So I'm going to come here to color, and this is going to refer, it doesn't explicitly say it, but this refers to the reflection color. I'm going to click on this white, and I'm just going to come and choose yellow gold, and I'll press OK. Now, in order to apply that material to our objects, we first need to select the object, then right click on our new metal yellow gold and assign to objects. And we'll fire off a render. And you can see that, yes, we've got a lovely yellow gold applied to the ring. Perfect. Now, if you don't want to be creating these all the time, just right click on the material. And now we want to save this to a file. So if I press that, then you can come to wherever you want to park this particular material. For me, I'm just going to put this in training for now, and I would call this metal yellow gold and press save. Now for the diamond, I'm going to select that gem first, I'm going to create a new material. But first I might want to get rid of some of these materials which are in the scene. I'm just going to select those, right click and delete. And I'm going to delete the platinum ruthenium. Although if you want to save a variation, like if you're happy with this platinum but you want to give it a little bit of a tweak, for example the glossiness, which is at 91, the reflectivity, you can change those. And you can see here the difference between a metal yellow gold, which is a metal type, and the platinum, which is a custom metal type. And with the custom metal, you can see that there's been a little bit of tweaking going on with the reflectivity, which is the roughness, as well as the glossiness. And like I said, the diffuse color, you can see that is black. It's just a pure black diffuse color, because with a metal, the diffuse color doesn't matter. So just set it to black and you will be fine. And there's also a very slight metal bump map going on there, which is going to give the metal a little bit of rippling, I guess. So a lot of this I think isn't necessary for just general rendering. So I am going to create a new metal, a new white metal. So I'll press plus and I'll go to metal, and I'm going to call this metal underscore white. And it doesn't matter whether that's platinum or 18 karat white gold or 9 karat white gold. Once it's been rhodium plated, it all looks the same. And like I said, the polish, I want to crank that all the way up. And the color, I'm just going to back this off till it's about the 200, 200, 200. And press OK. And we will select the metal objects, right click on the metal white, assign it to objects, and we will see how this looks. So it does look very similar to the previous metal that we had, but we have cleaned it up and made it a little bit simpler. So I'm going to press stop there and quit that. And now I can right click and save to file. And I will call this metal white. Save. Let's now create a diamond. So create a new material, plus. There is an option for a gem, and I'm going to select gem. And we've got a gem type here, and it's diamond. We've only got a few options there, and for me this is a little bit of a shortcoming in that we can't control too much about the diamond. But if I change this from gem to glass, then I can do things like change the color of the glass, change how the clarity or how polished the surface is, and I can change the index of refraction. So diamond, yes, we want it to be white. The clarity, I want that all the way to the right hand side. And the index of refraction for diamond is 2.42, 2.45, something like that. So that is actually perfect for diamond. So I'm going to call this gem underscore diamond. And press enter. And I'm going to select this, but if it's just one object that you want to apply the material to, you can drag and just drop that onto the object. So I will fire off a render and we'll see what our new diamond looks like. So that's looking a little bit different to what we had before, and I've got some blues and things coming in here, and that is going to be because of the environment map. And I will go back and change some settings when it comes time to looking at our environments, but for now you can certainly see that it's diamond-ish. So I will quit out of that, and just for curiosity's sake, let's have a look at the diamond that comes with MatrixGold. And I'm going to just drag that up a little bit, give me a bit more space there. So for the diamond, we've got a custom material. We've got the index of refraction at 2.45. And you can see that we've got an environment map override. I'm going to click on this and click this little pencil here. And that's just popped up on my other screen. And so this is an environment override for the diamond, for this diamond 1 here. I'm going to drag and drop that onto that diamond. And I'm going to just create a duplicate diamond, select both of those and isolate. For the top diamond, I'm going to right click, assign the MatrixGold diamond. For this one, I'm going to right click and assign our diamond. And we will fire off a render. So the top one is the MatrixGold diamond with the custom environment map applied to it. And the bottom one here is the diamond that we just created. And at the moment, the top one probably looks a bit better. The bottom one here is looking a bit awful, but that is because of the sort of global environment that's being applied to these materials. So I'm going to quit out of that, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, come back to our named views and just double click on perspective so we're back there. So that is how you create materials. And for example, if we want, we can just keep on creating materials, plus we can create a, let's say a plaster. If we want to change the ground plane there, then we can just change the color, and that's just going to be a diffuse white material there. And we don't have to call it plaster, we can call it matte white or something like that. But I don't think we need to create that just yet. So I'm going to right click and I am going to delete that. Something that might be nice for a ground plane is like a dark metal. So I'm going to create a metal. And I'm going to take this color and I'm going to make that quite a dark gray. And I am going to apply that, assign that to the object, that ground plane there. And the roughness, yeah, I'll turn that down a little bit, that's fine. We'll press render and see how that looks. And that's quite a striking looking render there with the darker ground plane. So that's how we create the materials. But I am going to put the ground plane back to white matte. And in the next lecture, we will go and we will have a look at the environments that you can see, because that again will have a profound impact on the render. So I'll see you in the next lecture.